Welcome to the George FTTV YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss Teamsheets and review the game of Collingwood versus Fremantle, so it should be good. But a good start for me. My trades for this week, so I did go Josh Dacos. Just got the 90, had only 19 touches, which is by far his lowest, excluding the tag game. But look, I think, Dacos in for Cherub, mostly structure related as well. Warner in for Daniel. So I'm quite happy with Warner to Daniel. It hasn't even happened, it might backfire, but I think Warner can do 105 plus if he's getting 75% CBAs. You would think if you scale him up from last year. And Daniel, I think usage has gone down a little bit with Hardman and Sheasel back there, but he's perfectly fine to hold, but a bit of an antipod. Like, hope for a bad one, everyone. I think he's 95% owned, so 96% owned, and then I think Cherry is about 55% owned. So hopefully we want them to go badly. I mean, they're perfectly fine holds. So I'm not really saying trade them, but hopefully Chad goes all right. But I think a bit of doubt in the head if Chad's going to be, because it's going to be down games with Chad. But now that Luke Jackson's going to be solo for a bit, we'll talk about that shortly when we review the games. But yeah, look, I don't think they're the greatest trades, but look, I'll take them. What did Dacos get? You got 90, so I'll take that and run. I'm not really advocating for picking Josh Dacos, just kind of all I had the money for, and liked his run, and he's getting like almost averaging 30 touches. Well, not anymore, but without the tag game of Jordan. So I thought, maybe he can do 100 for me. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I think the run for the rest of the year, there's no red matchups on DFS, so for defenders for Collingwood. So hoping that he does 100 for me. But look, a lot of people didn't like that pick. That's fine. Like, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, otherwise, Freo Boys came through for me. So I am president, or I have declared myself president of the Jordan Clark fan club. The bad games, he'll pay you back. Paid back the 94 with almost a 120. So now he's paid us the 58 back with a 146. I think he's a great buy, like low 5. I've been saying he's been unfortunate if you got him last week, but you probably didn't go him this week because you saw the bad one last week. But look, I think he's a great buy. And I tweeted as well a few hours ago that last week I thought he was used incorrectly. I thought he was playing a bit higher up the ground, not really getting involved in any chip mark or not a lot of drive off halfback. It was a tough game for Freo as well, but yeah, just Cox and Ryan were getting the ball and just bombing it and sort of bombing it over his head because he was just sitting up the ground. So it's a bit of a frustrating one last week, but I thought he was used a bit deeper in defence tonight. So, and to me, it's abundantly clear that he needs to be Chapman had a poor night by foot, Ryan no good by foot. Cox and Pearce, they're not going to do any damage by foot. Cooper Simpson pulled off some nice kicks. I think he might be a rookie for us. Still early to know, so I'd like to get another look at him. So he's a rookie. Didn't even know he moved to halfback, so that's sort of promising for us if he plays there and holds his spot. But yeah, they should get the ball into Clark's hands a lot. Not only that, spoils, intercepts. Big fan of the Geordie Clark pick. And yeah, president of the fan club. So I say jump on. Spoke about Josh, it's like whatever. Andy's been great, like got a VC, so I don't like VCing midfielders off 5-day breaks. Obviously Chris went bananas today. But I figured, you got a team with an extra day's break, coming off a team with a very short break, a long trip as well. Pies mids were down. I think Long scored poorly. Nick tagged a little bit of a hip issue, a little bit of forward time, or fair bit of forward time actually. So really couldn't really get into the game. Just one that, Collingwood very much tonight get the win and go home. Forget it. So I was glad to hit a captain because we've been missing all these Gorn and the Dacos 170 and the Mara 170. So just been getting Sheasel and Sherry and Strong captains the last few weeks. So yeah, Strong's banned from captain, as I've mentioned on the podcast. Like 104, I'm happy with this. I was hoping for 115 and 120. Not going to get that, it seems, but at least he took a few marks tonight. Well, anyway, that's my players, but probably spent a bit too much time on that, and yeah, take the Andy captain. But a quick review on this game. So, yeah, Luke Ryan's defending. I'd be tempted to throw him in the waffle next week. I know he scored 120 here, but I think it's not all his fault, but the Pies were just getting it in so quick, and then Freo mediums and talls, just as soon as they hit the deck, they were just completely cooked. Like Hill, Elliott, whoever was up there, just completely Schultz, I think. Can't remember, but the Smalls just destroyed them on quick transition. So it's just a masterclass by Craig McRae off a 5-day break. So it's going to be hard for them to get up travelling as well. But yeah, just they scored. They just scored so easily. It was just hard work for Freo, switching a little bit, trying to move the ball up the ground. They were trying to move it quick at times, but yeah, I know Collingwood defended well. Whereas as soon as it came in quick for Collingwood's forwards, hit the deck, Freo defenders were just cooked, and yeah, just too many easy goals. So Blomley will be do his head in. But Andy's super happy with Clark. I think they're both Brayshaw's won 650, so you're probably gonna have to wait. Even Bottom Butters, I wouldn't be going at that price, but who knows? It could be a nice pod if you have heaps of money. Clark very happy with. Bolton scored 5 last week, so had a hell of a game, but he looked really, really good in the midfield, and I think they should keep him there. And yeah, Luke Jackson's a pretty interesting one. So Sean Darcy, they said post-broadcast, it's a knee issue. So it's not like a 3-week hammy or quad or whatever. Wasn't sure because getting his it looked like he was getting his calf strapped or something, but I think that was his what's it called? Shin guard or whatever. So yeah, it looks like it's a knee issue, they're saying. So all of a sudden, Jackson's probably a 105, 110, possibly even more, 115 solo ruck, coming off the hammy, which I don't like. I'm a bit pessimistic, but maybe I need to get that out of my thinking a bit. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Luke Jackson makes me a little hesitant on Warner, but I think Warner should be fine. It's going to be a good pod if you can get him in and he stays healthy or doesn't redo a hammy or anything, but see how long Sean Darcy's out for. I can't do it. The buy is bad for me because I got 3 Freo players plus McRae, and I might go Philippou if he looks good. So buy doesn't really work for me, but yeah, should I care this much about buys if the play is good enough value? Probably not. Yeah, Cooper Simpson hit some nice kicks in the back line. Want to see it again. I think Dudley is a bit of a strange one that probably should have had another 2 goals, but yeah, he's a good player. I don't know why he was sub because he can find the goals no problem. So I doubt he's sub again, and he's a good. If you went him and he was sub, he's in your forward line. I think he'd be happy because he'll tick along. Yeah, missed a few easy goals, which is unfortunate for him. Looking at Pie side, not really much. I guess Nick, tagged, 5-day break, played forward, hip issue, whatever happens. All of a sudden, this trade is not looking that hot for 600k because when you're trading someone in for 600k, they need to go nuts and start giving you captain scores. And our 2 600k trade-ins, or 3 actually, Sherry, Sarong, and Dacos, or Sarong was just under that. None of them have worked. Sherry was probably unlucky, so I think I'm okay with that. But yeah, Sarong and now Nick, I don't know, man. Just panic traded to get him in. I think he'll bounce back. Hopefully the hip issue is not a proper issue. Ned Long, you can probably keep holding. Again, 5-day breaks, mids off 5-day break haven't done that well this year for the most part. We'll get into team lineups, but yeah, Erasmus was sub, so you can't really go him. I think he'll get opportunity though. Just watching Johnson, he's using the ball really poorly. So I wonder if they like make that switch there. Erasmus hit a nice kick inside 50 late. And then I wouldn't even like bother reading into these ins for Collingwood, just a fair few managed players and whatnot. Carlton versus St Kilda. So Matthew Carroll dropped. Honestly thought he'd get more of a run. I mean, this kind of reeks of Voss is desperate and he's just using Carroll as a scapegoat. Like, the whole team got smashed. So it's probably annoying if you got him for 150k. I probably would have done it myself if I didn't get him for 99. I guess you hope he comes back. So, I don't know. It's emergency, so late in potentially at some point. And yeah, Mateus. So yeah, loved watching Mateus last year. It was a good own for 200k, even though he was probably injured for, I think, 2/3 of the time I actually had him. But when he played, he's got me some good points on the field and was able to bench. I had Luke Jackson, so duo rucking, so I was able to actually bench a lot of those poor duo ruck scores. Not really much to tell here. I guess for me, I want to. Sinclair will be fine, pretty sure. I want to see one bounce back game. It's been a bit quiet for a few weeks. And Nas, I really like Nas as an option. I think, wouldn't say lock for top 6, but pretty damn close. If not, yeah, like 85% chance, I think, top 6. So really like Nas as a pick. Good price as well. So I kind of maybe should have just waited for Nas, paid extra 60k. I don't know if I have 60k, but we'll see. Steele's cheap, probably wouldn't go there, but don't hate to doubt the great man. Jack Steele's been so good to me through good times and bad, but mostly good, I think, in the early days. We're still very cheap. I just worry if that knee sort of flares up, so probably won't go there. Yeah, I'm trading Cherry. Like, there's no real reason to trade Cherry. Like, he'll be fine. I think most people will trade him at some point, though, so I've decided to trade where he's probably close to his max price, and that buy is no good. So I've got rid of him now, but yeah, I don't think it's a good trade out, to be honest. I think we should be getting rookies off, but it's a bit of a funny year with a lot of really good rooks. So yeah, perfectly fine hold. In fact, I'd probably prefer to. Melbourne versus Hawks. I read a stat, Hawks haven't beaten Melbourne for like 4 or 5 years or something. Something like that, maybe 3. So Oliver's in, Viney's out. Probably good for Langford if you have him. So you can probably field him. Bit of a nice pod rookie there. And then Amon's in, Barras, I think, managed. So is that Scrimshaw? Doesn't look like it. I can't remember what his. I think he's concussed. So maybe help Sicily a bit. I was kind of tempted to go for Sicily because 460k. Definitely thought about it. I've opted for Josh instead. So we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, Henry Hustwaite named on bowl, which is kind of good. Mackenzie's probably back 1 to 2. Nash is back in 2. So I think we can. The main downgrade target this week is Hustwaite. So yeah, can grab him. So Essendon might give us some few nice rooks here. I haven't looked at Archer Daywicks at all. I don't even know what he looks like. I think he's forward mid. No, we need to search DFS. Oh, they've changed all this. Okay. Let's look at his VFL numbers. Okay. He's had one quite poor game, but 65 average. So in DT, these are junior numbers, I'm guessing. So what's BP? I'm not even sure. See how he goes, I guess. Hayes is averaging 105 or 104 DT, so it looks like that spot should be his. That spot should be his with Ridley out. So you would think not really a sub risk if he's playing that like sort of, I don't know, key defender or third top, whatever it is, like whoever's to a second or third out of Hayes and Reed. So you think like that spot's got to be his now. I think he scored well in preseason, so he's looking like the most promising rook of the next crop that we have. So I'm definitely planning for him. Just want to see one game how they sort of set up down back, because they got like, I don't know, can play Shield down back. Well, I think they've given up on that. Side's probably sub. Archie Roberts can play back. So look, I think they got a back 7 here, I'm guessing. So I don't know. I just want to see one game, but he's one that if he goes well enough next week, and it looks like they have a settled back 7, I'm happy to go him a week early. So might go him next week. We'll see. Patton in for Melican. So I think Patton had some sort of soft tissue injury, so looks like it's minor, so he's back in. So nice if you have him. Hopefully gets a bit of money for you. Gold Coast versus... I should put this up here, eh? Yep. Gold Coast versus the Dogs. Oh, Fiorini's in. It's interesting. Okay, let's have a look. 400, way too much. Yeah, I think what did he score, 200 or something in the VFL? It's gone absolutely crazy, so could be a sneaky one. I guess it's worth watching. Not really much else there. Busting it out, so I swear I read somewhere, I didn't hear it personally, but someone posted on Twitter that Bevo said that Busting it was going to be in the 22. I think he meant he's going to play a full game in a 22 of some level. So, and this is one where it's important to watch players closely, because I went very early on him first game in fantasy, so I watched him a bit closely, and I wasn't impressed, to be honest. I think he's got a bit more development ahead of him before he can lock down a spot. I think too many 1v1s were lost, so I hope he goes really well, but I think he just needs a bit more development. So he's one that I'm not touching for the year, even if he's back in the team. Showdown, Port vs Crows, get around it. Watch this if you're in Victoria, unless you have some sort of social life or whatever and go out Saturday, but otherwise come watch the Crows. So it'll be a good game, a lot of venom usually. Oh, so Visentini, I think he's 300k. Dante. 248. I mean, this could be interesting. So definitely worth a watch. Port have the first bye. So it's round 9, 10. So go up, then okay. We'll just see if he holds this spot or not. But yeah, could be one. Where am I looking? How's he going in that sandful? 64, 68, 90, 76. I mean, it was pretty good last year. This year, I'm not sure what's going on. But you want to see a bit more than that, but I just haven't seen him play, just looking at numbers. So that's that. Lorenz dropped pretty stiff. I didn't actually watch, so I'm not sure, but Murray's back in, so hopefully that makes a bit of money for you. Crows just one change, hinging for Smith. Man, I'm a shocking Crow supporter. Like, I'm not even sure I'm a supporter. I'm just a fan that gets pissed off all the time. So I think I should actually start supporting the club, even if I don't agree with all the decisions, but they have a better idea than me. Peatling's scores without Crouch, I believe, are 109 and 120 something. So, yeah, I've liked his game in the midfield, and I think Crouch will be out for quite a while. Probably, minimum a month. So, yeah, it could be a nice one. And even when Crouch is back, I'm not even sure he takes the CBAs over from Peatling. I think Saligo's struggling as well, a little bit out of form. But yeah, Rankin and Dawson going well, but like Dawson Rankin can sort of move around a bit. So, no, I think if we didn't have so many good forwards this year, I'd actually consider Peatling. And I brought him in fantasy last week because I was like, stuff, I think he'll go well. So I'm actually, hoping that's a pod that does well for me. So that's that. Richmond vs West Coast extended bench. It's my boy Sandy Brock. I was and it's told me to stop talking about him. And guess what? We're going to talk about him this week because he's playing, hopefully, unless they do some shenanigans and take him off the field with Sunday teams. I dare say he's only there because Jerome McGovern is out. Bo Allen's suspended. You think hopefully he comes back in, but you never know because Mini is Mini Bevo essentially with ins and outs. Although Bevo's not really ins and outs, he's more out of position. I don't know which other coach just puts players in and out non-stop, but fingers crossed. Not really relevant here. I'm not sure they're any best 22, but look, I think McAuliffe showed some signs last year, so maybe you think he's cheap, so maybe he does something. Gross, maybe he's in as a forward. So looking at this bench, Harry Edwards probably not playing if Sandy Brock's on field, so it'll be one of them. So that's a spot gone. I'm not sure Jack Williams plays. I'm not sure Bailey J. Williams plays. I'm not sure Tom Cole plays. I mean, I always say probably play, but I think he's been quite poor. Long's been struggling. I think Brockman's been not too bad. Not too sure. West Coast supporters would know better, but I think there's definitely scope for Gross to play here. So hopefully he does. I'd be surprised if he's not at least sub, put it that way. So they got Waterman, Archer Reed. I guess the other one they do like playing that extra Jack Williams. So I think like no BJ, no Harry Edwards, and then you just got to beat one player to play the sub on this bench. Fingers crossed. Geelong versus Giants, so no Tom Stewart. What a nightmare of a pick that's been. Easily like biggest, like he's been a burn man. Like at times, always gets like one concussion or one sort of knee or whatever. Something sort of happens with him. Hammy last year as well, but this it's been beyond a joke with how poorly his season's gone in terms of like injury, and a bit unlucky as well because the injury he did early in the year that hurt his knee, we just kind of like slipped and sort of landed on it. Might have been the surface, but yeah. I'm not really sure what's going on here, who's in, who's out. I think there's a debutant somewhere that I've forgotten from another club. Who was it? You see the phone call during the week. Not sure. I don't know why I have a Sharpie in my hand. Giants, Darcy Jones. Forgot why he's out. Something must be up there. So I guess we want to see Fonte play. Might be an important rook for us. Stone's not even on the extended interchange, so yeah, see how that goes. But in terms of like seventh defender, you would think it's Fonte here. Is it Delena who's playing? Maybe sub, I don't know. But called his parents, I can't remember. Not massive relevance here, just here. I think you might be able to go early on Fonte, but it is a bit of money, and you never know. Like look at Carroll, like played okay, like yeah. Then they get smashed, and yeah. So the team, that's how it goes. So fingers crossed they keep Fonte in the team, but he's sort of, I think he's in my plans for next week. So we got Fonte, I forgot to mention Boxall as well. I wouldn't go early on Boxall because I just want to see how it goes with Philippa in the team. But yeah. Anyway, that's the review. Hopefully you have a good week. Hopefully some of your players go well. I guess next week's, planning for. So definitely need Hayes in the next 2 weeks. Whether I go early or not, I'm not sure. Might double downgrade next week. I don't know. Or like correct a Carroll or something just so we got money. Because I think we're going to need... We got plenty of money, but we need a lot of money. So we need more. We only got 19 trades, so I'm not quite sure how we're going to pull this off. But I think it's doable, but we'll see. Kind of stuck with Roberts and Dacos probably, and that's probably going to cost us points back end of the year. If we have, by some miracle, have trades, we can flip one. But regardless, solid week for us so far. Thanks to Andy, Captain, and Clark. And leave it there. Thanks for watching, and see you guys Sunday night.